Yo, it's an exciting day today. We're about to go get fitted for some new clubs. I've been waiting a while to do this. I finally feel like my golf game's in a good spot. Been playing a lot recently, been getting a lot better, been going to the range, playing courses, everything that I need to do to improve. I feel like my game's stepped up, so it's time to get some new clubs. Go and get fitted, see what clubs I get. I'll be sure to film it for you guys and keep you updated. I've never gotten fitted before. It looks pretty fun. I've seen Dylan do it before. A lot of numbers involved, a lot of swings involved, and yeah, let's go get to it. Let's go get fitted, boys.
Alright guys, so here we are at Plaza Golf, getting fitted by Todd. He is like the guy to get fitted by in the SoCal area, so if you're around, check him out. But first things first, just getting warmed up with my own clubs, and he could kind of see what my swing's doing.
So it's looking like, just without using all the stuff that we have, looks like you need something heavier. So what happens is it's too light, and you really need to kind of slow it down for it. If I get you something a little heavier, you'll be able to go after it. So it'll smooth you out naturally. So if somebody does, I gotta slow down or something, the shafts are too light. But anyway, keep going. Yeah. So based on this, it's saying maybe a degree or two more upright, that your wrists are a little further away from the ground than normal. Okay, this gives me a starting point. So it won't surprise me if you tend to push it because it lies too flat, you might tend to move it right.
Yeah,
Is that a tendency?
that is what I tend to do, yeah. Go ahead.
So here's one of the first steps. Gotta figure out what type of shaft I need. Getting some numbers, getting some readings, gotta figure it out.
Yep. Let's get some numbers off of there. Okay, and you went up to 84 miles an hour, so you gained 3 miles an hour or something that's heavier. Crazy, right? You think lighter is faster?
Yeah.
Doesn't always work that way. Alright, so 84 with an iron. Usually about 15 more for a driver, so you're around 100, so it can be a stiff shaft. Tempo, 1s and 2s, graphite. You're at 6, so we need something heavier. 3 is usually ultra lightweight steel, about 95. 4s are 100, 105, so it's probably 115, 120 gram shaft that I'm thinking. Let's see what it's thinking. This one's how much shaft bowed downward and stayed the same exactly through every swing. This one here is how much the shaft was coming forward in impact, stayed within a number, so it's consistent. And then you release the club pretty much the same throughout too, so really consistent. Answer is, I'm thinking 120 stiff. What's it thinking? 120 stiff. Okay, so we got a good starting point. So at this point,
my other one was?
it's lighter weight. It said stiff or firm, but it was a lighter weight one. So actually, heavier ones will be a little stiffer than the lighter ones. Okay. Yeah. And then what companies you want to try? Because to me, it doesn't matter, right? Any companies, let's try them. To a car dealership with every manufacturer right here. It's all good. So
Probably TaylorMade,
good choice. Okay.
Cobra,
Okay.
Pink.
Let's try some stuff.
So first up to try, we've got the TaylorMade Stealths. And you'll be able to see a lot of the numbers and shots and everything on the TrackMan right here.
It's already further, I think. The furthest one I had before was like 167. Yeah, it actually feels lighter for some reason, this club. Yeah.
Next up here, we have the Ping G425s.
That one felt good right off the bat. That one felt like really smooth for some reason. That was a bad swing.
Now here we have the Cobra LTD X irons. I'm just giving each one a shot, getting a few swings in with each club, seeing which one feels the best with good results. Our next contender here is the Mizuno JPX 923 Hot Metals.
Did go a little right.
Yeah. So like I said, that's going to kind of happen. Maybe a little right because of the angles, but you get an idea what it feels like.
Here's the part where we literally put them side by side and compare them, look at the dispersion, all that stuff.
Stealth. So the Stealth, we had a couple of off ones, but the Cobra was averaging 161. Not that that's everything, but Mizuno 164, and with the corrected angle, now we're up to 167. But again, there's more to it than just that. Ball speed 115, 114, 112 with the Cobra, 110 with the Stealth. But they're all good. And again, if we let's get rid of that dog or two here, the first couple, to be fair, and it puts it up to 166. So with a better contact with the Stealth, and that's right in the ball game too. So in this is a case where, and probably because the shaft's about right, everything's pretty good. But Stealth is pretty straight. The blue, which is this last Mizuno with the more upright, was really good. The purple was to the right. The Cobra, that was actually 2 up, so it shouldn't be going right. Kind of weird, but again, they're all close enough that it's up to you, right? I mean, what it looks like and feels like to you, because they're all good. You can adjust to any of them. If I throw you on a desert island somewhere for the rest of your life, it'll be fine. But what do you like, looks and feel? Because these are your clubs.
Mm-hmm. We'll try a couple more with this.
Yeah.
That was faster?
Yeah, 177 here. A nice little drop.
Just to make it even harder to choose from, we added another club to the mix, the TaylorMade P790s.
That's gotta be good. Sounds so good.
And then one more just to make sure we give all our options a shot. The Mizuno JPX 293 Hot Metals in the Pro version.
Okay, there you go. 117 ball speed, so you had to hit it pretty good. Yeah. Right in the middle.
The good ones feel good, and the not so good ones don't feel that good.
Exactly. Yeah. You hit the 790 pretty good. So there. What did you think? I mean, Cobra, Stealth.
They all felt pretty good. The ping ones, I don't think felt as good as I thought they would.
Yeah, it sounded a little sticky. I can hear how it's going through the ground.
Uh-huh.
I didn't like the sticky part. The 790 actually is pretty good. Once I got rid of a couple of them, it's actually pretty good. Yeah, it's averaging 171. Mizuno 170. But there's more to it than just the length. Right, 116, 112, so not quite as long with the P790. But again, as you get better and better, the idea would be if you want to hit a punch shot or fades and draws, you can maneuver it more than the other club.
So at this point, I kind of know which club I'm leaning towards, but just taking a few more swings with each one just to make sure.
Kind of pretty clean.
I feel like they're not necessarily going as far as the other ones, but
Yeah, well,
that's not really what matters, right?
So 29 degree. I think it says it. Use their new numbers here. 28.5 degree. They snuck in a little stronger, yep. And the TaylorMade is 30.5 degrees, so it's a half a club weaker in loft.
That makes sense, yeah.
But once you get used to your distances, you get used to your distances.
Yeah.
Right? So it should be about a half a club shorter, but it doesn't mean it's not a good thing. And again, if you want to hit punch shots, you can do it. Fade, slice, hook, you can do anything with this that you can with the blade. The reason pros use blades are they want to move the blade.
Uh-huh.
So
Which one's that?
this is something you never
It's
outgrow.
the P790s, the taillights.
You never outgrow that one, for sure.
Alright, so now we agreed that the TaylorMade P790s were the club. Now we just have to do some fine tuning, dial them in for me.
Just hit it like a normal
Yeah,
shot?
and hopefully you kind of strike it like a match on the bottom. It'll leave a mark so you know how that angle actually is.
Okay. Going with the P790s.
There you go. All right, so
That was
go-
good. It felt weird.
That's where we touched. So there's the angle. So right now it's looking like we're a little bit on the toe, right? So I think the 2 degree up will be perfect. So they didn't give me a 2. I either got 1 or 3. we can tell between that, just that's what it's going to move over. So we just need to get you 2 degrees up. Now let me measure your hand for the grip size. If, depending on your hand size, too small, it turns over too much, but of course too big and you don't turn it over. So you can go bare hand real flat like that. Real flat. Yeah, perfect. First wrinkle the middle finger and middle finger. On the small side, just a little over 7 and 3. So part of the reason I think you're hitting this is just a hair small. Actually, both of these. And the Cobra is really big, even though all the companies say these are all standard, but there's no real standards anymore. They're all a little bit different, especially going over different size shafts. But we want to get you something in a 60, which is just a little smaller so you can turn it over. So part of your right's because the grip's just a hair too big on your old ones probably. And then that was the problem with this one, especially because this grip comes out a couple wraps oversized, so it's quite a bit different. So we just get you a 60 round of something.
Smaller
Yeah.
in diameter, right? Smaller
Yes,
grip?
just ever so slight. I mean,
Okay.
if we didn't talk about it, you might never know. 'Cause it's probably just literally a thinner layer of tape than that difference. But it's enough during the swing to change things.
Yeah. All right, guys. We went and picked up the TaylorMade irons. Went with the P790s, and here they are. Got them all lined up, ready to roll. Have not even unpackaged them yet. It's pretty sweet. It was between these and the Mizunos that we went with, and these ended up being a little bit better. I was hitting them pretty consistent. Not quite as far, but that's not really what matters, you know? It's all about getting dialed on the greens, hitting them the right distance, knowing your distances. So I can't wait to practice with these things. It's probably going to be a little bit before I actually get used to them because they're a lot different than my old irons. Surprisingly, my old irons were like 30 years old. I actually didn't know that. It's kind of crazy. These things, they've treated me well, but they're older than me. That's kind of insane. But got the new babies. Gonna take care of them. Can't wait to hit some shots. Look at that. Woo, baby. Dude, that's pretty insane.